Hello everybody, welcome to a new tutorial from Sound for More. It's Leo speaking. Today I'm going to show you the expression node, which is the most versatile node that you can find inside Audulus. Indeed, you can do a lot with it, and one tutorial is definitely not enough to explain how to use it in its own entirety. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. So let's click on the math category here, and we have seen previously the random, product and sum nodes. And so now we have an expression node that we are going to explore. So click on it, drag and drop, and as you can see, it's very simple at first glance. So let's select it, and let's select then the inspector. Here is where you write a formula. Indeed, you can create very sophisticated formulas which accept variables, values, trigonometric function, comparison, etc., etc. You can do a lot. So let me show you. Let's start with some example, because examples will make it clear. So let's drag and drop a value node and let's connect the two. Now, if I select the expression node, let's say that I type 440 for a frequency, you can see that the value node is represented as an output what the expression node has calculated, which in this case, there's not much to calculate, it's just a value, okay? Previously, we also have showed you how to create a random number using the random node, like so, and let's connect these to the value output. Value node, you can see that it's generating a random value between 0 to 1, with in this case seed, which is 0. Okay. Next, let's see how we can change the random output to give you a number between 0 and 10 instead of 0 and 1. So how do we do that? It's very simple. So we connect the random node to the expression node, but as you can see, you cannot connect it because there is not an input. So how do we create an input? Well, simple. Let's select the expression node. Let's go to the formula and inside the inspector, and let's name a variable, which you can choose whatever name you like. In this case, I choose x, and then I time it, multiply that by 10. As you type, you can see that a new input is being created, which is for the variable x. So now you can connect the random node to the input x, and then the output of that expression node to the value node. And as you can see now, you have value 0 to 10, which have been created. Of course, they are moving very quickly. Okay, that's another way to actually use that as well. Now, if you recall, we have previously created let's delete these, a noise module, right? And let's recreate that, and let me show you how quickly you can change that using the expression node, or you can rebuild it using the expression node therefore in a different way. So let's add an output module, first of all, like so. There you are, and then let's go to the module category, drag and drop a module node, and let's go inside it. So if you recall, to create a noise module, we have a random node, then we have a product node, and we connect the two very quickly, like so. Then we go inside the module category, we drop a knob to change the input from the random using the product node. Then we have an output, and we connect the output from the product node to the output node. Right, okay, let's go out of that module. Let's rearrange a little bit the user interface, like so. And let's connect now the output for that module to left and right channel of the audio output, like so. And let's try. And you have your noise coming out. Now, let's go back inside the that module, like so. Now let's use the expression node, like so. Now let's click or activate or select the expression node. Let's go to the inspector, and let's ensure that only the expression node is selected. And then now let's create the product node. It's very simple. We choose a variable of your choice, x, time, another variable, y. Okay, as you can see, that is the new node we have created. Now we can redirect the output from the random node and the output from the knob node, and then connect the output of this expression node to the output node, like so. Right, we can delete the original product node, and now we can test it. and it works perfectly, right? So let's go out of that module. If you recall, we have also added the VCO as an input to that a noise module in one of the previous tutorial. So let's recreate that again, and then let's replace that everything we have created with an expression node, or more than one in this case. So let's delete that expression node, like so. Perfect. Now let's recreate very quickly that input plus noise module. So we go into module, which drag an input like so. Then we drag another knob like so for the input. Then we go to math. We drag a product for this part, another product here, and then a sum to add the two signals directly to the output, and we make the connection. And if you don't remember how this works, just check one of the previous tutorial that will explain how to recreate an input plus a noise module. Okay, let's test it. Noise. Oops, there is nothing coming from the input because it's not connected. So let's go out of this module node and let's connect it here. So let's change the user interface like so. There you go. And now let's connect the input to the VCO like so. And we have the two input. Right. Okay. So let's go inside the noise plus input module. And now let's recreate these using the expression node. Again, you will see how simple it is. So I get rid of these three node, these two product nodes and this sum node, and I delete them like so. Next, I can only use an expression node, and I'll show you how. So let's select it. Let's go to the formula and let's type parenthesis, x, the first input, plus times input from the first knob, plus, I open the parentheses again, y, my choice again of naming, times input 2, like so. And let's put input 1 here. Okay, so what have we done? We have taken x input, multiplied by input 1, which I make the relative connection like so. And in this case, you can test it straight away. If you connect the output of the expression node to the output, to the output node, like so. And then we are adding the output of this multiplication to this other multiplication, where we have the input coming from the VCO, and also we can modulate that or change the amplitude using this knob. Right. So we have recreated that input plus a noise module just using an expression node. You can see how powerful it is. Okay, I'm going to stop here, but you will see in the next tutorial that we are going to use more and more the expression node. So it's worth going through this video again if you need to. Okay, see you next time. Bye.